Be sure to get your playmat today at tsx1.com.
So, what is going on, YouTube? It's your boy Sam from Team Sam Regsman here. And today, who am I with?
Jesse Cotton from Team Game Nation and Duelist Academy.
Jesse, how are you doing today, man?
Doing all right.
Yo, and it actually took us, I think, 1 month to set up this deck profile right here.
Oh man, we were so busy. Yeah, I think I messaged you in July saying, I got this cool deck for you. And then 1 week you were busy, next week I was busy, next week you were busy, next week with the remote fuel event.
Yeah, I know.
Here we are, finally getting this filmed.
Okay, awesome. So Jesse, what deck are you showcasing us today?
I'm going to show you something very powerful and consistent, but kind of doesn't use anything you're used to seeing. Or maybe in the past, but it is different. And it's a Chaos Thunder deck, and it can end on some of the strongest boards, just like the old Thunder deck did, fairly easily, and you don't have to play HALQIFIBRAX or any Guard Dragons in it. So this is great because when those cards hit the dust, hopefully, and I really, really hope that happens soon, this deck can still pump out crazy fields and be a lot of fun like these older Thunder decks from last year.
Yes, and of course, you got one of your most tops in 1 year with Thunder Dragons, right? Like, how many tops did you get during that year? You remember?
With Thunder Dragon, we got top 32 at Toronto with Thunder, then I got second at Sydney with Thunder, then I got second in Atlanta with Thunder, top 16 at Guatemala with Thunder, and then first with Knoxville with Thunder, and then top 64 at what's it called? Nationals with Thunder.
Wow, yeah. So this is one of your most iconic decks ever, basically.
This is definitely one of my favorite decks. I always try and build this deck, even if it's not the best deck, have it on the side because I think it's the deck I have the most fun with, this and Burning Abyss.
Right.
So definitely huge fan of it, and I try and make it as cool as possible. It actually features another engine that's probably my third favorite, and you guys will see it later.
Okay.
And if you guys are longtime Sam fans, you've seen me play it on the channel maybe 5 or 4 years ago.
Oh,
so,
no, I'm trying to remember what engine that is, but you know what?
Yeah.
We'll keep it as a surprise. Jesse, do you have anything else you want to say before we get started with the video? How's your Duelist Alliance Patreon doing, man?
Duelist Academy.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. I keep saying Duelist Alliance. Duelist Academy, yes. I heard you're always booked. You're super busy out there.
I'm super busy, so I also have a busier schedule than other coaches, so I can't take on as many students as other people. Right. So I'm at maximum capacity. I can't take on any more students, but it is great. Like, we are seeing a lot of people come in, and people are improving, which is what we're trying to do. But there's also other things we do, like the tournaments weekly. So it's been going really well so far for Duelist Academy, and I'm excited the project is continuing.
Okay, awesome, guys. If you guys want to further check out Jesse and the things that he does, make sure you guys check out the Duelist Academy page, link down below. I'll make sure you guys check that out. And Jesse, anything else you want to say before we get into the deck profile?
I guess the other shout out is to my sponsor, Game Nation. We're in the store right now.
Yep.
So yeah, let's get into this.
All right, let's get started with the deck profile, Jesse. Let's
so I'm going to start off by flexing a little bit. I don't own the secrets, so I'm going to use the ones that I've won.
Wow. You never sold these?
Oh, I won like 5 of the supers. I sold those.
I'm sorry.
But I didn't sell the ultra. I got second twice, so I wish I would have had 3 ultras if I didn't lose twice in the finals. But still cool. I don't ever sell my ultra prize cards. I think it's really cool for keepsake. I'll get to the rest of the Chaos Monsters later, but I played 2 because they're very good to keep adding back Banished Dragons. It's also a Pendulum Dragon, so you can search it with Odd's Revolution. So there's a light in the graveyard, and it searches this as a Chaos Monster. And if you banish the Revolution, you can add it back with the Emperor. And then Revolution actually has another effect as well that you can use later. And I'll get to that when we see Revolution in the deck. But this card is very, very strong. I think if you watched my deck profile back in November with Chaos Thunder, I played 2 of this as well. And 2 Leviators. I keep the ratio the same because I actually do think this card is very strong. I think it's one of the best cards a Chaos deck can play. Then for the Thunder Dragons, we got 3 Thunder Dragons, should be standard. 3 Thunder Dragon Dark, pretty much the best one. 2 Roar because it is worse to draw, but you still want to see it. 1 Hawk because you just want to search it, it's not very good. And then 2 Matrixes, I don't know where my supers are. I don't know where my deck is. I have to borrow a lot of cards because for some reason I can't find my old Thunder deck, or half of it's missing, and I'm very upset because my deck looks really weird now. It was so nice before. But yes, 2 Matrixes, you search it for Titan Pops.
Nice.
So that's the Thunder cards. One thing you'll notice actually is no duo. So one of the reasons you played Duo before was to search it off of Thunder Dragon Fusion as a follow-up to trigger your Thunder effects. Now you can search Chaos Creator, and that card is leagues better than Duo. So you definitely would rather just search Creator instead of Duo off Thunder Dragon Fusion. And when you're searching off Dark, you can just search a Roar to add back a Fusion or a Hawk. You can search a Hawk or a Fusion, so you have no shortage of cards to search. So I don't need to play Duo. And as far as Chaos Monsters go, it's definitely the weakest. 2 Raidens. This is for charges. So the big reason I'm playing this deck right now is there's a new Synchro, which we'll get to that eventually, that makes this deck ridiculous. Like when it resolves, it's nuts. So I play this like level 4 extenders to make that very easily, and then paired with charge, filling the grave is very strong. So yeah.
Nice.
And then for the dangers, 3 Mothman, because as I just mentioned, you want level 4 extenders to go into level 8 Synchro. And the other dangers I play are the obvious 2 good ones here. This can search this, and this can summon this from the deck, discarding off something like Ravine. And the last one I played is not Tsuchinoko. I don't play that one, I play Thunderbird. So I play Thunderbird because it's a wing beast. You can actually make Romulus with it. And Dragon Ravine is very good in this deck. There's a lot of really good dragons right now. So I make Romulus with this, and I don't play Tsuchinoko because this deck doesn't actually have that many good link monsters. You're not really ever making like Saryuja or such that fast. So the free body on field is not that important. The levels and typing matters way more for this deck. So like the Tsuchinoko and Jackalib on the field aren't incredibly valuable, whereas the Mothman and Thunderbird are way more impactful. So Jackalib and Nessie can get to these 4, but Tsuchinoko just gets itself out of the field, which isn't actually what you're really wanting. So that's why that one's not in this deck. So those are the dangers. Not extremely important, but they're still really good. And then I play one Zephyros. Really good with Dragon Ravine, so bouncing it back, use it again, level 3, level 4. And again, you can make Romulus with it, so it's good. This next engine, this is the one that I was talking about. I played in Sam's deck. One of my favorite decks ever, and I kind of revived it for...
The Psychic engine?
No.
Teleport? No.
For 29... I revived this a deck similar to it. 2019 Sydney that played Snow with Thunder cards.
What is this?
And even though I can't use Snow, one of the decks I used Snow with back in the past was the Zombie engine.
Oh, the Zombie engine.
So yeah,
okay.
if you remember, I have a 40 card Zombies Shoe and Lightsworn deck on Sam's channel, and I think a 60 card one as well. Both of which I think are a lot of fun to play and really good. The main reason you play this is, as we mentioned, level 8 Synchro is really powerful. So any Solitaire gets you level 8 Synchro by itself. Unizombie is fine to draw, and Mizuki's not great to draw, but it's okay. As well as this being a dark, you can do some cool stuff with that. Alternative to this engine, which you may want to play if you want to play HALQIFIBRAX, is the Psy Reflector package. So that one has more bricks in the deck because instead of these 2, you're playing Assault Beast and you're playing Assault Activate. And you can play Teleport and 1-for-1 with it. So that's good too because of the 1 card late Synchro, and it's not a cost tribute for Solitaire. So that way if you get Asher, Impermanent, or Veilard, you can make HALQIFIBRAX keep going. However, if you play it on this deck and it gets stopped, the level 1 tuner doesn't really help you out. It's just 1 monster in the field. It's not that incredible. And the typing and leveling doesn't matter for you. So I'd rather go for something that has less bricks in it, and the cards kind of flow better. So that's why in this version I have the zombies. I think you want to modify with HALQIFIBRAX, I would do that. So that's the zombie package there. Then we get into the dragons.
Okay, the dragons.
And they kind of make up the powerhouse of the deck. So Galactic Spiral Dragon, this card is incredible. You can control 2 or more light or dark dragons. You can summon itself from hand to grave, and then you can once per turn make all monsters you control level 8. So this lets you shoot out rank 8s like very well, and you get it off Ravine very easily. One is safer. You're not really linking that much. You're not trying to search the black and white and to get to guard dragons, so not really good to open with. It's good though because you can just send it with Ravine, add back level 8 dragons, and then obviously on field you still can search black and white, which are great cards. So yeah, again, access for Ravine. Darkworm for Ravine as well. Also another card you can search with Revolution. So if you open up Ravine and Revolution, you can just discard the Darkworm and something else, and that's very strong. Like you can just send the Spiral Dragon, discarding this, then revive and keep playing like that. 3 Revolution Dragons.
Card is so good.
So you can discard it to add any Pendulum Dragon deck to your hand by paying 500. So you got these 2, both of which have different purposes. You get a Chaos Monster or the discard fodder, and then it has the effect on field to blow everything up that never comes up. But its pendulum effect is you can destroy it to revive any dragon from your grave that's a Synchro an Exceed or a Fusion, I'm pretty sure. So that means when you have Harbinger or Chaos Ruler or Boral Savage in the grave, you can destroy it in the Pendulum Zone to actually revive it, which may help you extend your plays further. Something cool, and Harbinger doesn't require materials either, so if you revive a Harbinger, you actually just revive full-flown negate. Like, it's really good. Funny thing is, I actually had Pendulum Summon with this before. One time I opened up these two with Galactic Spiral Dragon, and the only restriction is you can only summon dragons. So I had these, and I just Pendulum Summoned this out of my hand, and then I kept playing, so that's kind of cool, but not something that comes up very often. So yeah, the Revolution Dragons, and then I played 2 Chaos Dragon Leviators. You can with Ravine and the Safer and all that, you can search them pretty easily. I played 2 though because sometimes you want to see it a little more often, but I play a lot of Chaos Monsters, so you don't need more than that. 3 Chaos Creators. This one is probably the most impactful. It's not a search book, it's not a dragon, but it can still serve as a fusion the next turn. He's great because you target 3 of your 3 banished cards or monsters, 2 go back in the deck and 1 gets summoned to your field. Really, really good. It's an extender and recycles cards, so obviously it checks a lot of boxes. But you want in the deck, it can let me put back anything and at the same time summon anything. So this will, when you see this and you're already playing, you're going to end on like 5 negate boards typically. So, and I'll show you guys some hands later. 3 Chaos Valkyries. It's a light extender. Great for your Chaos monsters, and when it's banished, you can send from deck to grave anything. You can't use its effect this turn. That's fine because it sits there for next turn. There are a lot of cards that are great for the following turn, or even if you just want to send fodder to the grave to banish for some other effect. And on black and white are obviously the best level 4 extenders you can play, so you can play these. That's the monsters. It's a lot.
No hand traps?
No hand traps.
Because this deck is generally
very combo based.
Like really combo based, and it can break through boards, right?
Yeah, so it's not able to break through full Emancipator fields. This was built for a Rogue tournament where there's no HALQIFIBRAX and stuff like that. And this is kind of showing you decks that would be great in a world where that card is banned. So for the future, because I think we're all kind of sick of that anyways. If you want, you can definitely throw in droplets and Dark Rulers into the main deck, and you can make a combat Emancipator better. You will sacrifice some consistency though.
Okay.
Want Thunder Dragon Fusion. We get it with Anaconda now, so you really only need to ever play 1 in any deck. 3 charge, because this gets you to Raiden and mills 3. Really good card. This is a little surprising for people, and this is 4 Dragon Ravine basically. I just explained so many good dragon effects, so why would I not want to see this card very often? It throws all my grave effects from my hand into the grave, and then also sends the dragon. It's not once per turn, so I can use 1, rhyme this for a second, use it again, and you get your entire dragon engine going, so this is very good. Foolish gets you anything as well. And then 3 Chaos Bases, because the Chaos monster is really, really good. 3 Alerts should be standard with Thunder deck by now. And then I think any combo deck should be playing this card. There's so much utility to draw, or rip 1, or to steal a monster's card is very good. Especially now with Dragoon as well, stealing a monster is great. All this deck, I don't think it has too much of an issue with Dragoon, because you can just bait it out then attack over it. So this is 60 cards, and after I show you guys the extra deck, we'll shuffle up some hands and we'll show you some of the cool stuff this deck does. But yeah, let's move on for now.
Alright, let's go on with the extra deck.
So on Striker Dragon, you'll see there's no rocket cards in my deck, so it does no real effect. The main reason I play it is it's a throwaway monster, so you can put an extra dark in the grave. This will set up your Chaos Plays and transition some stuff easier, and it will come up. Then for Link 2s, you have Phoenix to help break fields, and then your Seal is good to for protection, obviously. Unity Carrier, there's no Buster Lock in this, although you can play it. I found it unnecessary because that's powerful enough as is. But you can equip Roar or Dark or Matrix with it and then trigger your Thunder effect, so it's still good. Or you can equip Safer and Banish it, add back as well. Romulus, I just explained it many times. Good Venus, this makes sense. And Anaconda gets you to your fusion.
Awesome.
And then for Link 3s, there's a Unicorn, just for more removal. Link 4's Access Code, just a finisher. It doesn't really ever come up, but sometimes it, like in theory, it could. And then 1 Apollo for protecting your field. And it's Nibiru. Well, oftentimes you actually have a different way of stopping it early on. This is the card that makes this deck kind of
Wow. So okay. So explain
like good
to people what this card does.
So when this card is synchro summoned, you excavate the top 5 cards of your deck.
So it's mill
Okay.
5.
Yeah, usually cards put them back in the deck, but this card doesn't. Then you get to pick a light or dark monster from and add it to your hand. So now when you mill like a chaos monster, add it to your hand and mill the other 4, which is nuts. But we're not done there. While it's in the graveyard, once per turn you can banish light and dark from your hand or grave or any combination to revive it.
Okay, so you can banish like roar.
Yeah.
Like roar or like.
And it's a dragon, dark dragon.
Okay.
It's level 8, so you can use rank 8. It's fantastic. This card is amazing. And then 1 savage, because sometimes when you have like Raiden and Solitaire, you like make this with the Raiden and then you Levineer back the Solitaire and you make the savage later in the turn, so you end on that. Sometimes you open up a lot of level 4s with no tuner, so this is your way of making that useful. You can just do Garrus to fix your hand, which is great because it puts a card in grave and the draw 2. Really, really good card for fixing your hand. And then as for the rank 8s, this one stops in the Nibiru early on, so this card is fantastic, as well as just being a good negate. And then also Harbinger is considered like the best rank 8 in terms of negation. And then this is protection and removal, the Dengarsu. Level 8s are very, very easy to make in this deck, so I mean rank 8s, so yeah. Then 1 Titan, you only need 1 because you can put it back to Creator, which you get off the fusion anyways, so you don't ever need multiple. And it's not like you're summoning it with its own effects, so it's not incredibly important to have that in the deck.
Okay, awesome. All right, Jesse. So you talked about some test hands. Let's just start with the test hands.
Yeah. So it'll take a minute to shuffle up because it is 60 cards, but.
Let me cut.
Yeah, sure.
All right, good luck. Test hand combo.
All right. Raiden, Mothman, charge, Chaos Space, Dark. So let's charge first.
Seems like a good hand to get snow in the graveyard.
Yeah.
I wish I had a snow.
Oh, and a Zephyr as well.
And a Matrix. So 2 effects. I'm gonna set the Chaos Space though, because that card's very good. Sam, you're gonna have to pick one for Mothman. I'm gonna shuffle under the table.
Okay.
I don't lose if it gets into the grave, but I would like for it to be summoned, so I want the Chaos Space for a bad card. Damn it, man.
Oh my.
So yeah, sees the effect. That's not great. Okay, so let's get rid of that. And now we can get. I didn't want to search for a baby dragon, but it's fine. So then we can banish to summon. This is my hand. This is the grave now. Banish to summon white, and then search with dark. What do I want? Let's get Thunder Dragon so I can use Ravine multiple times. I'll discard it. We get 2 more Ravines. Anyways, so mill 2. A lot of good cards to mill. This is great. And then we can synchro. For this, I'm going to go Chain Link 1, Chain Link 2. They cannot ash this here. So we get the blackout, and then we can. We're going to mill 5 and add 1 to our hand. So 1, 2, 3, 4.
Wow.
What the? Okay, I mean, I'll get this, obviously.
Snow.
Summon this out, and I'm just going to throw away the... Where's the white? That way I can put it back in the bottom of my deck. Chaos Space to draw a card. What the hell? So many triples. And then Striker Dragon. So I put back the white, so I'm just going to give it to my hand now. I just use this to throw away an extra dark for later that may come up. I can make Romulus here. I'm going to search with the Romulus for Ravine. So I'm going to Ravine and discard a Thunder Dragon. Let's go Levineer. And then I'm going to bounce this back with Zephyros. And then I'm going to discard. I think the Raiden is probably the worst card in my hand. I'll keep one of these still, because I can shuffle back the Thunder Dragon to the Fusion. So let's send the Seyfert now, if I can find it. And I'm going to get back the Levineer. Let's think how I want to do this. So I can go this, I think. I'm going to go banish the Raiden so I can bring it back to Creator. And I'll save the Roaring Grave in case I get Nibiru, that way I can Levineer banish the Roar. I'll banish something I want to put back. I'll put back this in my deck, the Creator. And I can Creator And I want to put the safer back so I can send it off thing again next turn. And then I'll also target the Raiden. So these go back in the deck. I can extend further and then make Savage Dragon later. But I'm going to Savage now. It's only going to have 1 negate on it. But it's just safer through the fears. So I'm going to do that. So Savage Dragon here. And then I have the Striker Dragon. So I only have 1 counter, but it's fine. Let's do this. And I'll banish my Roar now. What do I not need? I don't need the Zephyros anymore. And do I have any dragons I want to add back later? Yeah, I may want to add this back later. I can put it back to Chaos Base, so I'll do that. And then the Roar effect will activate and I can get something out of my deck. I could revive for extra extenders. Maybe I need that monster. I don't think I do though. So I'm going to now throw a Savage on the field. I mean a Herald. Well, not a Herald. God, I can't speak properly. Herbatic Seal. And then I activate Spiral Dragon. And then I can summon this. This is in my deck. This is by banishing this. And I'll banish the Creator. That way I can add this back with save for next turn with the Ravine. I can make them all level 8s now. And I have 2 options. So, I search a Matrix up. So I can make 2 rank 8s. So I can make this, make Anaconda. And then you can send Fusion, and that's great because we just shuffled back a Creator. On the next turn, we can now add another Creator to our hand with Fusion. And then we're going to shuffle back some Thunder Dragon cards. So we have banished some, the Matrix. And let's put back 2 Thunder Dragons here. That way we can use our Thunder Dragon again to pop cards in the next turn. And we're going to end on this. So we have the pop with this, a bounce with this, a negate with this, and a negate with this.
Wow.
You're going to be doing this pretty much every time, and you're going to be cycling through. Sometimes you end with this instead of that. Sometimes you end with this up here instead of that. Sometimes it's a Dingersu in some matchups somewhere. Sometimes you can end on like this, even like the really good hands. If I probably saw an Emperor somewhere, I could have done that. Where instead of ripping one with Veneer, I just revive one and I can end on this field. And if you have like, sometimes you dark add as a Roar that add back to dark, and you end on 2 pops, bounce, negate, negate, negate. And that's like not that hard to do actually.
Thank you so much for this awesome deck profile. Super awesome to see a different take on some combo decks without using HALQIFIBRAX, LINKROSS, Marcher, and any of that garbage.
You don't need any of it, your boards will still be broken.
Exactly. And
no pendulums either.
Like,
I mean, no, except for the dragon ones.
Okay. Okay. Jesse, do you have anything else you want to say before we end off this video?
Just try this deck out. It's fun. Like it's probably not the best deck right now, but it has a lot of potential for the future. It's also just incredibly fun. It took me a while to figure out the combo in the when we played, and that's because the deck has no straight up linear combo. It's different every game. It's very fun because every single time you're figuring out a new puzzle.
Right.
And it's definitely one of my favorite decks I've ever played.
Okay, awesome. Jesse, thank you so much again for this deck profile. Guys, make sure you guys check out the Duelist Academy Patreon link down below. I got it right, man. Duelist Academy down below. And yeah, guys, Jesse, we'll hopefully see you on here again. And yeah, that's pretty much it. It's your boy Sam from Team Star Sam signing out with Jesse from Game Nation. All right, guys, peace.
Be sure to get your playmat today at tsx1.com.